Hey everyone, Jim T. Graham with RC Groups. And of course, you've made it to the RC Groups podcast. Now, it takes a second for the live feed to push out to people to say, hey, we're live. So there's no one live on. It's just Jason, Matt, and myself. Jason Cole is in Croatia again. They called him back. And the only way that he would go, he said, is if they would recreate his office. So it's an exact duplicate. How's it down there in Croatia, Jason?
Oh, it feels just like Nashville.
Did you bring your wife with you this time?
Yeah, they actually transplanted the entire building.
I'm surprised because how is anything of yours working on 210 volt outlets?
With a lot of adapters.
I have to ask, since we're just now starting up, what was it like to see your wife? How long were you gone? 7 weeks?
7 weeks.
What I mean, like, just when you saw her, were you like beyond happy?
Oh, I was ecstatic. Yeah, we smiled.
Did you cry? Did you cry?
Hugged. I didn't cry. I'm not a crier.
Did she run at you when she saw you? Did she run?
No, I mean, well, she pulled up in my car at the airport and
you're like, I missed you, baby, and you were talking to your car.
She's like, get in.
Yeah.
I'm in that lane where they yell at you.
The worst was, did I tell you about my flight? I think I told that last week, right?
About the guy that hemorrhaged blood out of his eyes and you guys had to stop.
Yeah, and so that part sucked, having to wait an extra 24 hours, but getting back was awesome.
Jason is not in Croatia. He's in Nashville. Hey, hello to all you viewers. Man, we appreciate you live viewers every week that sign on just to hang out with us. In fact, most of the live viewers at some point in time will stop me at a show and say, I'm a live viewer. I always, if I can at work or whatever I watch. So thank you guys.
Big thanks.
Matt Gunn, we never talk about you and your haircut. How often do you get your haircut?
Not very often. Is it looking kind of raggedy?
Hold on. I just see a big white page there.
Okay. Oh, really? You can't see me?
Now I see you.
Okay. Yeah, my haircut's decent, I guess, for now. I've always struggled with haircuts. I don't know what it is.
Like
I finally found
it.
Yeah, you know, I used to go to I used to go to a place in Atlanta where they would give you a massage. It was in this room where Gregorian monks were chanting, and I think it was like live monks behind a curtain. Wow. It was so realistic. And then it was the whole experience. And then this girl would cut my hair, and she was very attractive, and you know the whole scenario. And
not really.
And okay, well I'm telling you now. And it was expensive. I would pay a ton for a dude's haircut, and I'm like, this is awful. Well, fast forward, I moved up to Cleveland. Now I go to Great Clips. I pay $9 for my haircut, and I think she does the exact same job that the girl who gave all the other experience to, you know, that experience. I'm telling you, man, you know this experience. So I feel guilty, so I tip this girl extra $10 like every single time. So this $9 haircut turns into a $20 haircut, and I'm still saving $20 over what I used to pay for a haircut. So there you go.
All right. Well, that's the haircut segment of RC Groups. It's RC related. And
hey, man, you asked.
You're right. You're right. I wanted to say before we get going, if you wonder, what's that hat on your head? This is like a Deadhead Profile Brotherhood hat given to be by Mark Shope. Mark is he's been in RC forever. He's cut every kit on Earth, and he's known as Menace Flyer. And
that's got to be a copyright infringement.
Probably. I don't know. He was our security guard this year at Nashville.
You guys needed security? Was it that hardcore?
Well, we always have security. The city asks us to have security, so I always find the key members that I think would be the best security guards on the ground. And Mark Shope, hyper vigilant, never breaks the law. That guy.
Nice.
Completely inside joke there. Okay, so hey, Matt Gunn and I were on the internet today, and Matt said, "Hey, did you see this?" Matt, should I pull that up?
Oh yeah, man. Pull that bad boy up.
What's that called?
That's the Galapagos.
The Galapagos. What is it?
I don't know. What is that darn thing called? You're making me look it up now.
Opportunity? I kept the email, so it's in here. Hold on.
Well, here's the best part about it. If you want one, you can just hijack it.
It's the Optera.
I got it almost right. Optimotoma.
It's the ophthalmologist.
Otamawa.
This is out of control. Shall I pull it up now that I have it up?
That thing up.
All right, let's do this.
So this is totally in the Matt Gunn wheelhouse of, hey.
Present to everybody. There we go. All right. What you guys think? Yeah, this is in the Matt Gunn wheelhouse because Matt Gunn likes the long-range wheelhouse.
Big airplanes.
I'm going to go to Horizon because there's a comment about this by Mike McConville, who is kicking these things out, man.
Dude, talk about jumping on. Dude. Sorry. Talk about getting on the.
I get to see that guy next week.
Get on the flying wing bandwagon at the right time. I mean, this is right when you should be. This whole segment of the hobby is coming back to life. It all started with the Zephyr Z1, Z2, Z3, and all the good Zephyr stuff, the right-wing camp. They're the guys that really started doing the wings when all you had was some
Zaggies. You mean
when all
Zaggies started
and repurposed line of sight planes back in the day. And then everything sort of died off. I don't have to tell you guys this. Everything sort of died off, and we went quads for, I don't know, a few weeks. And then now everything's back to where it should be. There's a nice balance between flying wings or fixed wing and multi-rotor. So here we go.
I just wrote a PM to.
That was an inside joke for Jared, who's probably watching this from England right now.
I might have stepped on you. What was your inside joke?
Oh, it's just multi-rotor.
Multi-rotor.
Yeah.
So,
that's how the British
Jason, I just wrote a PM to an executive talking about all these wing craft coming out, and a year ago, you and I were out on the road talking to major companies, and
look at how big that thing is.
If there's one thing I can say to you, it's winged FPV. Now, I wasn't thinking winged wings. I was thinking I'm still thinking aerobatic airplane FPV, but these wings. So anyway, Pete Goldsmith says, hands down, one of my favorite Horizon releases of all time. Wow. I'm pretty new to FPV, and this product is perfect for me to experience flight with a much lower workload.
Yeah, it does have that. So let's go ahead and examine a little bit of what you're getting when you look at the optometrist. The Optera. It's got an eye up front. Hell, it's called the optometrist.
The monocle.
Yeah, the monocle.
The demonical.
The demonical. Ladies and gentlemen.
Next, we're going to talk about the quad called Contagious.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, look at this, man. So, yeah, you can either run a GoPro up front, and it looks like you have the option of using the GoPro's live feed if you want to do that, which I don't really like because it's too dangerous.
Bad idea.
I saw it just the other day on Facebook. Can I do this? And it's just such a bad idea.
Yeah, it is a bad idea.
Tell them why it's a bad idea.
Well, because number one, they're buggy. Number two, if you don't use the correct, if you don't power the GoPro in flight, you are going to lose your video signal because GoPros are not good about keeping battery going. They get hot, they overheat, they shut down, they're laggy. How much more can I say? They have terrible, terrible transition between sky and ground.
Yeah.
So that in itself is enough reasons, I think, not to ever use a GoPro for a live feed. But you can.
Yep.
It's just not recommended.
Yes.
Should you?
No.
No. Thank you, Jason. That was awesome. All right, so you could mount a camera up top up here, I guess, an FPV camera, if you wanted to use the GoPro, but I like this idea better right here. Put your camera up front, right in the nose. Use your, in my case, my Legend 1, or a, that's actually, is that a Legend right there? What is that? That's a Legend.
I don't know.
Yeah, or similar. What's the other one, Jason, the big pop?
But it's really going to protect the plane when you land inverted, though.
Yeah, no.
You might want to strap that in.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So here's look at those turned up winglets, looking good. Here's your blunt nose in case you want to fly at line of sight or do some, I don't know, autonomous flight without a camera. It could do it. Got your what?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Got your folding prop on the back. I am not a big fan of folding props anymore for the reason that they do introduce a little bit of vibration. They're kind of hard to balance.
Yeah.
But they're good for landing. However, you could remedy that if you just turn the brake on the ESC, and that'll keep the prop from freewheeling. And then if it's not freewheeling, it almost serves the same purpose, which is to reduce drag. This isn't a glider. There's no reason to have a folding prop on this bird.
Right. You're not going to break a prop unless you're landing on asphalt anyway. I think.
Yeah,
the
correct.
2-meter wingspan, I guarantee you it does soar.
Yeah, if you put a light battery in it, you could easily stick it in the thermal and start turning.
It's a lot of wing area.
And in the world of wings, jaggling and woggling around is a problem. Neither one of those are words. And I'm seeing winglets, and I'm seeing inboard wings as well. Or,
yeah, it's got not dorsal. It's got ventral fins. Wait,
ventral.
Is it ventral on top or dorsal on top?
Well, if a dolphin has it on top, it'd be a dorsal.
Okay. Yeah. So you have those fins for tracking right there. There they are.
That is huge. I did not see this photo of what we're about to see here.
This one?
Oh, no. It looked like it was about to open up a top hatch that was ginormous.
Yeah, there it is. So we can go back to that top hatch picture. So this is a big old bird, man. I like it. Look, you have your, what are those called right there that direct the air, that make the airflow better over the...
that would be a wing.
No, those little thingies. Those little...
Generators.
Yeah.
Percolators. Air Force percolators.
Percolators.
Look at it.
Hey, you see the props are folded.
It's going, whee! It's like flinging the props back. Okay, there's some flight. There we go. Looking good.
Joker is.
My McConville might be my new hero.
And the plane's pretty big too, though.
Oh, but I bumped. Here's that inside
Sorry,
picture
Mike.
that you
I
want.
love you, buddy.
So, the VTX is not included. Camera is not included, but you do get AS3X technology inside. Everybody is jumping on the stabilized bandwagon. However, it's not a race wing, so you can stabilize it all you want. I think this is my next plane.
Well, I said it definitely has your name on it.
Yeah. You got a big truck, too, to put it in.
Yeah, I'll put it in there without
But the wings
to
come off, right? Fairly easily.
So look at that.
Twist lock deals.
They're doing the right thing. They're putting some aerodynamic things on here to make it just a little bit less draggy, although it looks extremely aerodynamic.
And you know what? Normally you think of E-Flight stuff being fairly expensive, but that's a pretty darn good price for an airplane.
Tell me about it. It's $199. Yeah, it's $199 without the stuff, without the goodies.
Awesome.
$229.
That almost seems like a typo.
You know, I thought about that too. In a world where the planes are $400.
In a world. But everything they're selling now is $229 is the magic number.
Well, you know what? They're doing the right thing because nobody has the patience to pay a lot of money anymore for stuff where you can get something that performs just as well for half the price. This is going to be a hard to beat price.
And when Matt's flying his, all I got to do is get an Icarus module, and I can hijack it and take control over it. And then
I saw that story, man. Yeah. Hey, I want to read an email real quick. It's about RC Groups T-shirts, but at the end, and this is from a guy named Robo Helly. What's up, Robo Helly? He says, P.S. Love what you guys are doing in the podcast, by the way. The freeform chat about anything and everything is pretty cool, and I've been picking up all sorts of cool tidbits every time you guys release one. Keep up the good work, popcorn eater icon.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Nice.
See, I'm red right here.
What's up with that popcorn eater icon anyway?
Well, usually, I can tell you as a moderator, if anyone posts a guy eating popcorn after their post, you should just warn the post. You don't even have to read it. That means I just trolled your buttocks.
Mean Joe just got mean with me, guys.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Mean Joe just got mean with me.
What did he say?
He PMs me and says, shh, don't bring the lower price typo up. Not until I get mine. He's like, he's roughhousing me, man. I can't believe that.
Oh, boy.
Jeez.
You know what I saw? And I just for the podcast, I was like, I'll never find it. I made a link right here in a sticky. That 3D printed airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that power to weight ratio machine.
I have a video. Let's see if it works.
It's got to go 200 knots just to get off the ground.
I wonder if I can
Is that scale knots or real knots?
Those are real knots. Those are not simulated quad scale knots. I don't know what I can't even form a complete sentence. How about those Mavics?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Let's not have it while I look for this thing.
I got mine coming Monday.
Me too, brother. Might be here Monday.
I wish it was here tomorrow. It originally said that it was going to be here tomorrow. And then I guess reality checked in, and they're like, we're not going to get there until Monday.
That's
Maybe
okay.
I can wait 3 more days.
I hope so. I'm ready to try this thing out and see how it works.
Yeah, me too.
Someone was on one of the Mavic Facebook threads that are just it's an abomination to read. But they were on there saying, poo-pooing this thing, saying, there's no way that I can put my hands on it and then fit it underneath. And I'm like, dude, just wait till they show up and try it, see if they like it or not.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
What you got there, Jimmy?
Can you present me, Matt Gunn?
Sure can. Here we go. Boom.
All right. Here's a guy who just printing in the background. He's printing the airplane, and now he's building it.
That's that's a darn good printer. He's got that thing dialed in, son.
But it's got to be the most fragile,
No, man, they're pretty good. Well, yeah, but they're fragile if you crash them.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a rough landing, something's breaking.
You'd be surprised, dude, about how flexible that stuff is before it actually snaps. Like, you have to bend, then pop. So, you ever bent a plastic toy?
It was awesome.
Dude, he flies it? Holy cow. It took off anyway. That's all we saw was a takeoff.
Why was it in like 500 speed, the whole video?
I don't know, but I like it that way.
You can get any airplane in the air, right? Getting it down is a different story.
They always come down. That's the great thing about RC airplane.
Lawn dart.
Not always in the same configuration, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we might as well talk about this now. So Jason Cole knows quite a bit about this quad because every day I'm like, Jason.
It's like, the row.
Wow.
So it's together, and it does look like a leopard. And here's where the battery lives.
Thundercat, dude. That is a straight up Thundercat steel.
It almost looks like the Predators logo, our hockey team.
Yeah.
The teeth are a little shorter.
It's a Nittany Lion.
But this is it. It's pretty cool. You know, it's got the board stacked up. I don't know how long this thing's going to last. But it's in the back, so it'll probably last pretty long. Camera living up here. I'm still trying to make this thing work in clean flight. I'm going to reenact this for everyone on the podcast. I put it on my picnic table like I do, I don't know, hundreds of times. And I went to idle. And I don't know what sound I can give you to tell you what this sounded like. It sounded like a racing speedboat, like a full scale.
What?
It didn't go. Jason said, well, if something was really wrong, it would have flown straight into the air. You'd never seen it again. But it stayed on the table and it went, I'm going to get away from the mic to do this. And as it did that, it was spinning around like this, and it was blowing props. I'm like covering my face, and I'm like, disarm.
It was shedding props.
Blew prop nuts off. I mean, it was just
really.
Finally, it slung the battery off, and it stopped. And I was like, it took me a minute. I had to compose myself.
What the heck just happened?
So then I took it back in. I went back on clean flight. I made everything. And Jason's like, put it where it can't touch the props. And so I put it on a glass table. And that was less violent, but equally frightening. And I was like, So what I've done is, Jason, is I got the rodeo. And I am looking at all the settings for the rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm redoing all those settings exactly the same on this quad.
All right.
Because the rodeo flies well, you know.
Well, we'll get to check it out tomorrow because we're going to go to the flying field. I've got some review stuff to do at the field tomorrow. It's going to be a nice day, and we'll make that thing fly for sure.
And speaking of that, DHL was supposed to bring me something. It's either a small, tiny camera, which I'm going to fly on a small, tiny...
that one that I had him send you?
Yeah, it's either that or the micro Sky Hunter.
Yeah.
And it'd be awesome if it was that, because I can get that going and have it ready by tomorrow. So probably in the podcast, I told Truman to bring down any box that shows up. I might have a box to open.
Nice.
You have to remind him multiple times. He'll take the box and hoard it.
He certainly hasn't brought the mail that showed up 20 minutes ago. So.
Well, I've got something that I've just purchased that's kind of along these same lines, right? So a lot of times you might not be at your door or available. You might be in the shower or whatever, but we don't get our packages email. Sometimes they won't leave it. You have to sign for it or whatever. So I'll have to do a review on this probably next week. It'll be here tomorrow, but I ordered the Ring video doorbell. So it's this thing.
The FPV doorbell.
It's the FPV doorbell.
Yeah.
So it's got a camera. It's a 1080p camera. It's got speakers. It's got microphones. It's got a doorbell button that replaces your existing home doorbell.
I want it.
And basically, it's got a motion detector on it as well, and you can program the area that it detects motion on. And so when somebody walks up to your door, you'll get an alert, or if they press the button, you'll get an alert, and it goes to an instant live video and opens the intercom, so you can actually see who it is.
Dude, that's
you can
awesome.
talk to them if you want to. So if it's the delivery guy, you can be like, even if you're down the street at the mall or something, or you're shopping or doing whatever, and somebody comes to your door, you can see it on your phone off a cellular network and say, hey, just leave it at the door.
Awesome.
You don't even have to know you're not home, and it's pretty cool. So it's security, but it's also just one extra step so you don't miss your packages. So it relates to RC, right?
Yeah, and the best thing about it is that the PIDs come pre-tuned.
Yeah, it's pre-tuned. It doesn't do when you set it up or anything.
Although you could just yell that into your phone when the guy guys are like, what's wrong in there?
What is going on in there?
It does sound like a cat, man. I almost videotaped it, but it was too scary to hold the camera up and let it go.
Nice.
Well, that's awesome, dude. You're gonna have to give us a dry run of how this thing works.
I have to say, this is totally a Jason Cole quadcopter. It just based on how it works in idle, I don't know that I'll be able. Holy crap!
What?
Somebody just walked in front of your window?
Somebody just walked in front of my window.
Were they chasing Pokemon?
Oh my god!
By the way, I'm calling BS on that statement you just made. Are you listening, Jim T?
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's knocking. So
I'm over here, man, where the window is. Oh
is that the
god.
delivery guy?
I think it is.
The window's over here, man.
Have him deliver the package through the window.
I don't think he can hear us.
Truman! Drew! Over here.
Oh,
Thanks.
this
Hey,
is
if you
live.
box this time, you can bring them here too. Thanks. I got the mail.
Yes. That's funny. So I was saying, Jim T, that I've seen your recent videos of you flying through your backyard with the quads and shooting gates and all stuff. You are perfectly capable of flying this quad and having a good time with it. So
Okay.
we're going to make it fly. Maybe just some clean flight software stuff we got to deal with, but that's just no big deal. But we'll make it fly and you'll have fun with it.
This clean flight software is really teaching me about frustration and how to dial it down.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy that if I will not stop until I get it finished, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes you just have to stop.
It really makes you appreciate, like the thing I'm going to review tomorrow, the Conspiracy 220 from Blade, bind and fly. Pre-built, everything's done, program, tune, bind it to your radio. It tells you the settings to put on your endpoints on the channels in your radio and just go fly. Like you don't have to tune, you don't have to do anything. It just works. So there's a stark contrast between, this world. It's starting to come. It's like you've got a kit, right? You had to build it. And it's like building airplane kits back in the day. And now we have ARFs and ready to flies in racing quads. So that's pretty cool. I mean, some people don't think it's cool. They think you got to build it yourself. You got to do the tuning. You got to do the programming. It's more accomplishment if you do that yourself. But some people just want to fly and enjoy it. So you got both things.
To a topic where it's the hatred of multi-rotors. And I was reading a thing this morning. I go around and read as much as I can about what people think. And it was the ancient lament that there's no stick builders anymore. They're all just ARF guys. And I'm not going to go in there and say this, but what I thought was, because I just built a quad. Building a quad is every bit of stick building as stick building a profile plane was 15 years ago,
Yeah.
So these quad guys are not ARFers that I think a lot of people think they are. They are building machines that are technically challenging, and they have to break them and put them back together on if they're racing on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's a different skill set. It's more mechanics, nuts and bolts and software versus craftsmanship skills on, sanding, building, gluing, crafting a project together. So it's a lot different, but it's just a different skill set. But it is that kit mentality. You're building it, from parts and pieces and making it work.
Wow, did you guys hear that?
What?
Oh, that must have been just mine. Okay, I got something I want to show you. Speaking of kit building, you guys ready for this?
Oh, do it.
Can I do a share here?
No.
All right.
Not allowed.
Full screen share. Here we go. Check this out.
What?
Yeah, it's a dodecacopter. It's 12. It's a giant hobby.
Oh, it looks cool. That looks cool.
Is there
It's
a
the
man
future,
in there?
man.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah, he's in
future.
it. He's flying it.
Guess
Oh,
if there was a
I want
roll
one.
bar.
You better have a ballistic chute on the top of that thing.
He does not. He's just got lipos. I was thinking I would probably fly it over water with a ballistic chute.
Yeah.
If there
put
was
the
a
lipos
ballistic.
on the bottom, put the chute on top.
The reality is that it lifts off the ground really easy.
That is awesome, man.
I mean, once it gets airborne and breaks out of the initial takeoff, it actually he throttles down, and it seems to be somewhat efficient.
Boy, that doesn't look like nearly enough lipo batteries, though.
No, it's probably just a test flight.
All it's going to
It's
take is
old.
the right guy to say, I'm just going to go. And
Here's
just,
what I was thinking about that. Here's my take on this, guys. You know those crazy Russian kids that hang off the side of buildings?
Yeah.
Why not let them fly this? They would take that aircraft up to 30,000 feet or what? Not really, but they would take it up to altitude and cruise around like you're supposed to. Like we're supposed to see this in 30 years when this is safe enough to go to the store in, and you have lanes in the sky. I'm making all this up, but it could be happening. So you could fly this thing to work. One of those kids would take it up to altitude just fine because they're daredevils. They don't care about their lives, right? So all you ever see is these kids hovering in the ground effect. These things.
That dude looks pretty old when he gets out, though. He doesn't have like
he's an old man.
You know, like he's probably like, screw it. Let me try something cool.
What do you guys think? Would you do it?
That is awesome.
I would do that right there. I'd get in that thing and hover it around.
Yeah.
No, not me. Not yet.
Look how small he is, though, Jim. He's half your height.
Yeah.
There's no way that you could hang underneath that thing.
Oh, is this a box?
No, I'm shutting the window for now.
All right.
Hey, I've got sad news. I'm going to share my screen.
Hold on, let me stop.
Sad.
All right, go ahead.
So we lost an RC great this morning. Oh no, what's going on? I'm going to stop and pick a single screen. You know, they update our software every dang day and it operates differently. So that's Mr. Big D, Daryl Bell. If you're in the helicopter world, you definitely know who Big D is. And he also did some giant scale stuff back in the day with Flying Giants. But Jason, I know you and I have run into Big D at shows all over the place. Matt, did you know?
I met him at Toledo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was so fun at IRCHA, man. He's the best announcer on the grounds at IRCHA for helicopters. I mean, it was just so fun and entertaining. Like, he made that event.
I'm sure we have pictures of us with him, and I couldn't find them. But Big D died this morning, and I know that he was in the hospital, and I saw a couple of posts from people that I know that I guess it was kind of expected that this was about to happen. I didn't know about it until this morning. But, man, promoting the hobby, positivity, not only being an MC at an event, but creating massive events and putting them together and just doing big stuff for the hobby in a big way. It's a big loss for not only his friends and his family, but also for us as hobbyists in general. And
apparently he was quite the chick magnet.
Oh, everybody loved Big D.
Everybody loved Big D. Dude, he always had some girls on him.
Big D.
Hope that's okay to say.
Yeah, he will be missed. He will be missed for sure.
So what do we have in the way of news on the RCGroups.com, the world's largest and most active website? I can tell you this. I can tell by how many people are on the site that winter is coming. There are 19,000 users on RC Groups right now.
So everybody's getting on to hunker down for the winter?
It's not cold here, but I thought, why? It's not cold, but it must be getting colder up north, so it's really turning on up that way.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I've got a sort of unboxing I could do live.
Yeah, everybody loves an unboxing.
All right, you guys talk for a second. Right back.
Hey, Jason Cole, I'm going to share my screen. Looking around here. Jason Cole just did a RealFlight review on RC Groups. Jason, you want to give a little brief overview on what you thought about RealFlight?
Yeah, too bad I can't, it's on a different computer than this one, so I can't really show it. But, man, RealFlight experience is pretty stinking cool. It's the best looking simulator and the most realistic physics that I've done, that I've seen on a simulator before. So I couldn't have been happier with that part of it. It was a lot of fun. It's really different. Like they made it, I think the user interface is more simplified. It's probably more for less experienced pilots coming into the hobby that want to learn how to fly. It allows you to just kind of practice and get in and jump into the sim real fast and get flying and practice. And then they have these things called scenarios where it was like fly this aerobatic airplane in this environment or fly this thing at night at this environment. And they just had a bunch of different scenarios that allows you to kind of check out different parts of the hobby real easy.
The FAA is hanging over your shoulder. Fly this line of sight only.
Yeah. So, and then with that in mind, they also have FPV racing. That's more like a game where they have these time trial race courses set up. You have to fly through gates. There's airplanes, there's drones, and the harder tiered levels are all locked. And you have to, earn gold, silver, and bronze medals in the easier missions. There's one right there.
Yeah, I think they had that on the 7.5, but this is much more refined.
Well, the big point here is that this is a totally new rebuild, and
that almost looks like real footage.
So my favorite scenario was Night at the Creek, and it's flying a giant scale S-Bach with lights on it like you see at Joe Nall. And when I first took off, I was like, I'm looking at a video of actual, night flying footage that somebody recorded. It looked so
I've heard.
Blew me away.
Is that in your video?
Yeah.
I was watching your video when you take off the S-Bach.
That was that S-Bach, yeah. But
I was initially, you go, and this is great. You take off, you make a turn, and then you get in this really nuts attitude right here. And I'm like, oh God, he's about to crash it. And then you were like, and you roll inverted. And I'm like, dude, you hot dogging son of a gun. But I really thought you were about to just ram it into the ground. And nope, you rolled inverted and flew on out.
Yeah, it's fun. So it's, it's missing some things like multiplayer, so you can't get online with your friends.
Not yet. Wait, they took out multiplayer?
No multiplayer. You can change the environment up, so you can change the sun angle and the wind and, kind of stuff like that. Add clouds, change that stuff up.
So what does that do? We can only do multiplayer up to RealFlight 7.5, and then
so far, yeah.
Maybe they'll change that.
We'll get updates. I have some inside input, but nothing that I would report on yet until it's all firm and they want me to talk about it. But
right on.
I think the biggest thing here, we're back at this thing again, but the engine they use for the graphics has been radically updated. And so in the old days, if you wanted to fly FPV in RealFlight, you had to pick a 3D field that looked like a cartoon. But Jason, you could fly FPV in this field, right?
Yeah, I mean, every one of the 12 fields that included, you can fly through them just like this.
So this would be as good as flying FPV in the real world.
It really is. And one of the places, I think it was like 6 or 8 million acres that you can go fly through and around.
That's not very many.
It's not very many at all, but you could do it. It was actually a lot of acres.
Now, if it were 9 million, then I would be satisfied.
So this is a drone, right? This is drone racing. This was earlier course, so it was an ADI mode, but you get full manual control later on and can do,
Can you set up a little bit of FPV signal distortion feedback like you can in some of that in that other version?
I don't remember seeing that in there. I don't want to say definitively yes or no because I didn't really look. I just was focused on
getting so cool, man. God, it looks real.
Testing it out, but yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
It's cool.
I'm stoked, man. Now all that's 3D rendered bushes.
All that's 3D rendered, man. That's one of the best things. It looks so real.
It's got it does have a great engine.
You can even, you guys can't obviously hear it now, but it actually, when the servo, you actually hear the servo like.
Vegan.
Did you say Negan?
Negan. Dang that Negan, huh?
It'll make your eyes pop out.
Oh, that was so uncool that they would do that to Glenn. We're now talking Walking Dead for any of you Walking Dead listeners out there,
I couldn't
viewers.
believe it. I think I had my fist clenched, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, yeah.
When that happened, I couldn't believe
What's up, y'all? Jason Cole here. I'm clicking the camera button, and now it is type changing time.
I cannot find the haircut feature on this.
You want to see what a snap roll into trees looks like? It's about to happen.
Oh, it's the tail cam. Oh, look at that. I always like that. I think we...
Here we go.
Ow! Oh, yeah. Nice, man.
You can find it, but with those lights, it'd be easier to get out there.
That's right. That's why lights are good for airplanes.
Well, you did a good review here, buddy boy.
Did you try to go into any of these houses, or are they sealed up?
No, you can't get inside those houses.
Too bad you can't tiny whoop.
They do need a tiny whoop. They can go inside a house. That would be awesome.
Hey,
yeah, like a whole tiny whoop course.
Let's just have a conference with these guys and lay these ideas out to them. I mean, they kicked butt. They did a really good job with this. But on the next install, we need inside.
In the next episode of a very special RealFlight.
I need a little feedback on my camera, and I need it inside.
You are busting the brush, my friend. You're trying to look for some cattle to bring back.
He's wrangling. What do they have out there? Those
jackalopes.
Those poisonous.
All right, here comes the night
javelina.
Now this is. I don't even know what my
Oculus
video capture program was recording at. So this is basically captured off my computer and then uploaded to YouTube and rendered. So this isn't, it looks awesome here, but it's not even anywhere close to what it looks like on the actual screen.
Is there a better trim scheme than that S-Box? I don't think so.
That's pretty awesome.
Power colors. I hear the dogs barking. Maybe there's a box coming.
Ooh, box.
All right. You're going to get those tree tips and crash.
I got close. If you could see the reflection on the lights of it.
Should I full screen this? Would that make life better for everybody?
Not too shabby.
It's a beautiful night out there.
It is.
A starry night, man.
Let me tell you about virtual reality in 3D. Some people, I just think when we get older and older and don't have the capability to make it to the field, I always think, at least I can be three-dimensionally flying. It'll look almost like the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the time you're old enough, things might be better.
I'll have goggles and everything.
You got a few years, Jim.
Yeah. We'll see. Never know. Hey, everyone, life's short. You don't know when it's going to end. You better go do it now.
All right. Let's do my unboxing.
All right.
This is beautiful.
Looks good.
And if it's not beautiful on your screen, go look at it on the review on RCGroups.com. I'll scroll to the top here. Where could you find that? Jim, if I wanted to find that, where would it be? I'd probably go to All Channel.
Yep. It's going to be.
And there it is. And then is this what you're going to unbox, Mecca?
No. I've got that already unboxed, but I got something else.
All right, I'm going to stop.
Unbox that nobody knows about. Well, Jim knows about, but he forgot already because he's getting a little old.
What?
What is it, McGonaghy?
All right, you ready?
McGonaghy.
I got this box here. This is the box.
What is it?
All right, let's go ahead and get into the contents. I haven't opened this yet. We're doing this as a team.
Is that like 16 Mavics?
Yeah. Got that right there.
Did you take my box opening class?
Yes. All right, I'm going to put this over here. You hear that? That's the sound of magic, boys.
It's a Mavic.
Okay, that is from Extreme Flight RC.
This is the Legacy Aviation Mini Turbo Duster.
That is going to be sweet.
Look at this. I'm stoked, man. I love my little foot, which is sitting right up there. Let's see. Okay, we got the Duster in all of its glory. This is the color combo, though, boy. I like this one. You got the, there we go. Boop. 44-inch wingspan. Here we go. Oh, man, they got this thing taped in like a mofo. Let's see what we got. We got a nice white spinner. We got a
nice white spinner.
We got look at this nice little Omega 1030 kV motor.
The Omega 1030 kV motor.
We got our always fast, always reliable Air Boss.
Fast and
ESC.
Furious Air Boss by RealFlight.
We got the Peanut Gallery in the background making comments. Love it. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if I can get this out of here, guys, without doing some serious box ripping. Here we go. I did it. I ripped. Okay, I'm trying. Ladies and gentlemen, talk amongst yourselves.
It looks awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh, who's that guest? Do we have a guest on here?
Well, we're supposed to have a guest on here, but I guess it's showing up.
Okay, look how small these little wings are, man. Look at that.
That's cool.
That is a tiny wing.
Some big old flaps and ailerons.
Yeah, look at that, dude. The whole freaking thing. I could set it up for full length if I wanted, because these are the flaps are hinged, so they go both ways, just like the ailerons. They go both ways. Which is bad in today's day and age. And look at that. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Look at the horizontal stabilizer. That's it. It's like a helicopter blade.
That's crazy.
It's all. This might as well be a stabilator, because there's really not much that's stable.
You can fly the plane with just the elevator.
Shit. I think that's all I got, man. It's yeah. So I'm very excited. This ought to be a good build. Quick build, by the way, because they always build fast. But here's something cool that I like. It's got the little hatch right there. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Pull that like so.
Nice.
And look at that fuse inside, man. They know how to build them.
Yeah, buddy.
You know,
Look at the
Chris
carbon.
Hansen, the owner of Extreme Flight, is in China 2 or 3 times a year, making sure everything's done right. That's why it looks that way.
That's the truth. Look at this thing. It's so lightweight.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
All right. That's it. I'm done. That is my
Are
unboxing
you?
for the.
I bet you're excited to own such a craft.
I am, because I had a great experience flying the Littlefoot. Jason flew it for me during when we shot the review. So did Jason flew it, and who else flew it during the review? Somebody did it. Joe Knoll. So who was it?
Was it Cohen?
Nope. I don't remember. So I'm getting a little bit old. So I forget things from time to time. But otherwise, it's going to be awesome, man. Looking forward to it. It's actually smaller than the Littlefoot up there. So.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
what else we got?
We were supposed to have a guest on today, maybe next week. It was Sean Taylor, the Drone World's Champion. And we did put an article up on RC Groups. You can find that in our FPV channel.
He didn't get on, though. I heard he was busy building a flying wing. That's why he couldn't get on.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know where this guy's located. So half my contacts are in China, where right now it's 6 in the morning. And I'm not sure where Sean's at. But maybe we can get him on next week. So
Yeah.
tell us about the dang Skywalker Eve, my friend. You have it in your hands.
Oh, yeah. It's everywhere. There's pieces all over the place. I'm going to share a screen once again, and we'll do the unboxing. I'll show you guys the unboxing review that I just did today. I mean, I literally started it this morning and pumped it out this afternoon. Ready? I like screen share. It's fun. Whoa. All right, here we go. So this is the first look Skywalker Eve 2000 RC Groups review. So here we are. This one was given to me by Banggood, and I did my homework on this review. I really did. I found that Banggood has the cheapest price right now on this plane. Free shipping, $239. You can't ask, with electronics, you can't ask for a better deal. Now, there's a couple of different companies out there that are advertising cheaper, but their shipping makes it more. So I think Banggood is beating the price at least by $25 for this one. So, Eve 2000. This is a...
Give us a close-up shot.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot. All I have is these pieces.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I don't have the actual plane built because it's too freaking big. But here's the fuselage. So you've got It's very bulbous. I mean, it is one of the more strange. It looks like some sort of mud-dwelling catfish. And then, I mean, it's like, and then you got this cool hatch on the back that goes in there. You got room up front for a 4S 16,000 milliamp pack. I mean, there's plenty of room in there to shove anything FPV related. You could put a downward-facing camera in there if you wanted, no problem. The tail boom goes through, hooks on right there. Carbon tail boom comes out right there. This right here is like a little place for a GPS puck or something like that. Gives you a little mountain tab on the back. Yeah, they did their homework. Now this is where I went into detail in my review of not understanding what the point of this was. So this is on the bottom, and there was a piece of wood that fits over this that mounts on the inside. Let's see if I can find that piece that mounts on the inside. Underneath right here is that piece, same size as a recess underneath there.
It's for a downward-facing camera.
No, there's no hole in it, though. I'm thinking that is, and here's my idea, is that it's a landing gear mount of sort, but there's no landing gear included. So this is what you have to land on. Jason, how do you feel about that?
It's kind of weird.
You put a ski on there.
I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about it. So in my video here, I'm going to turn the volume on mute.
Surprised there's no landing gear. I mean, that's exactly what that should be.
Hey guys, Matt Gunn here, RCGroups.com.
Hey guys, Matt Gunn. Oh, that was you.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I was just doing that.
I thought that was a video.
I know. I was just mimicking my nerdy self.
Hey guys, Matt Gunn. I've got a bulbous thing in my hands, and I'm not sure what some of these parts are for.
I've got a bulbous thing in my hands. Okay, look.
That thing is massive. Oh my God.
Look, that's how it showed up. Okay?
You can put a 12-pack in there.
Now, you see those blind nuts?
Yeah.
They don't match up with the holes. The holes are longitudinal. Those are latitudinal or whatever. Look at this.
Did you contact Banggood?
No, I looked at it didn't make any sense. Look at me. I'm tapping it like it's like, I'm stroking it. Easy.
Oh my gosh.
No, I was saying that I would land. Okay, so there's where it mounts, right? So that's where you mount it right there.
Maybe it's just a structural enhancement.
Look, watch this. See the blind nuts?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit like that. It fits like,
it's a massive piece of wood for nothing.
It doesn't even match up. They put the blind nut, I think they drilled that wrong, and it's supposed to, so that's how it fits, and the blind nuts don't match. Look at that. Silly as can be. That is the only problem. That's it. That's the only problem with this bird. Going back to the review.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that orange rear deck. I don't know what it does, but it looks cool.
Yeah, me too. I like that. Now check out these wings. Got the pods built in. Look at these massive motors. Ready? Booyah. Those are 2814 650 kV motors. They're spinning 10 by 6 3 blades. Lots of thrust, man, on 4-cell. Pretty cool, huh?
It is. I'm curious to see how that boom takes a weird landing.
I know, right? Because it's only mounted in one place. Yeah. It's like, but I feel confident enough about it if I don't beat on it. It's not designed to be beat on. This thing is designed to fly and enjoy the scenery. Now, they give you 2 tubes of glue, and I do not think that's enough.
But that glue is invaluable for other builds, I'll tell you.
Isn't it? It's so sticky. It's like snot.
It's the best stuff.
They use these
what is that?
These connectors. So this piece goes on the this one goes on the wing, and this one goes on the fuselage, and then the spars go through here, the big carbon spars, and then they snap together, see, like that. So that's how the wing joins, and then you have this connection. Now, I've never been a fan. I said this in the video.
Yeah, me either.
I've never been a fan of those style of connections because
make me nervous.
I'm afraid that they could work loose in flight if things got a little bit dicey, and then you've lost your entire wing. So
Jason and I have flown the wings literally off my plane twice. So.
Yeah, you're a prime example of that. So you got 40 amp ESCs, 2 of them. They are static bagged for your protection. And you have
they're not mounted, eh?
Now, Metal Gear micro servos that bear the Skywalker name. These servos are stout. I've never been a fan of any micro servos that, like, you get what you pay for in the micro servo department, right? Because cheap micro servos are destined to strip out. I have them strip out on my small planes all the time, and luckily it's never caused a crash. Well, these guys look pretty stout with their metal gears in there, so I'm kind of feeling okay about using them. I usually use the high-tech Mighty Minis and stuff like that, but this is interesting. It comes with a 5.5 volt 7 amp BEC, separate BEC. So back here, let's back it up a few notches and show you guys on this pigtail right here with the XT60. That you have your tap right here for all your FPV.
Nice.
So these go to the ESCs, and that's your everything else.
I guess the only issue is noise coming off your motors.
Well, the good thing is that I'm using the Eagle Tree Vector, and it's got built-in filters for everything, and then all the FPV stuff runs through that. So that's awesome. So here's something interesting I liked also. They got this says Skywalker air screw. So they've taken the master air screw idea and they've just stamped it on there, sort of to appeal to the masses. When you look at that without really staring at it, you're like, wow, those are some high quality props, right? Because they got the logo on them and all that sort of stuff. And they did a good job in that department, I think. They're like, they rebranded it for their own purpose, and it works. These are decent looking props. They are sharp as bejesus. Just pulling them out, I cut my finger on those. So there you go, guys.
Pretty awesome. I want to see it fly.
Me too. I just have to somehow come up with a 4S 16,000 milliamp pack. There's some companies out there that got them. I'm reaching out to them already. But I'm hoping that I can get one, because that's a $250 pack.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of gigantic, how about the AJ Aircraft ARS 300?
ARS.
I'm sorry, that's what I've been calling it in my head this whole time.
Oh, it says ARS. It does. I never even realized that.
Is that the name of it?
No, it's the ARS. It's modeled after the full-scale ARS 300.
I was thinking I was on ARF.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what is an ARS? What does that stand for?
It is actually a full-scale plane that this is modeled after. I think it's a French plane.
Just wasn't in that mindset. I was thinking build type, and I was like, what?
83-inch wingspan.
Did he misspell that in the main photo?
18 pounds. And then here's the beautiful.
Hey, everybody, Nikolai.com.
Hello, welcome to my shop. I'm Nikolai Zinsley.
Hi, everyone. This is how we start off our reviews with a box.
Please be kind and recycle when able, or burn them in your burn pile.
Well, you know what?
That is a long box shot.
That is, I was noticing that too. We can't even burn where I am. Can you burn outside, Jim?
No one stopped me yet.
Awesome.
Yes, we can burn outside. I was a member of the board. I don't know.
The burning board.
Off on that topic. I brought this up at a campfire the other night, and then maybe I can't be burning outside. I don't know. Anyway, here it is. That's a nice packing job. Does it come with
inside, right?
Does it come with that wing protector?
I don't know. I think he discusses that it does. Yes. Yeah, look, it does come with wing bags. Man,
awesome.
Oh man. What an awesome bird. Look at that fuselage. Somebody said that was a profile fuselage, and then our good buddy Zeeb said, that ain't no profile plane.
I saw that.
Yeah, I think we knew what I was going to comment, and I decided not to.
Well, they were calling it cartoonish, and then they showed the real one, and they're like, looks about the same to me, you know?
Yep. It has got a very high profile. I mean, and I like it a lot.
Well, if you know Andrew Jeske, you know that this thing flies great, because Andrew does not mess around.
Negatory.
We've known Andrew since he was a little baby.
A wee tot. Good job, Nikolai, on the unboxing.
Bam, bam, bam.
Good colors, good look to it. Awesome looking bird. Love the carbon prop on the front with it. Makes it look really cool, doesn't it?
Looks fast, just standing still.
It's an ARS.
Is he doing electric, or is he going to go?
I think he's going to go gas on it.
It says.
Oh. Electric would be kind of crazy.
I'll talk to him. He's still undecided.
Really jumping around in videos this week.
Mm-hmm. It's all good.
Nice clean shop. I like his.
I hate to say it, but if I had it, I'd probably go gas.
I don't hate to say it. It's okay. Gas is acceptable every now and then.
Still great for big airplanes like that.
Yes, very much, very true. Mm-hmm.
And it sounds so good.
How does it sound, Jim? We're not going.
You know, I want to get it right, but I don't know if I can now.
I had it right when the guy was torque rolling because the sound was going in and out, you know.
When they were doing the rolling Harriers, that is a
I thought you had it when you said Suzuki, but no, it's just me.
My wife laughed and laughed in her office when she saw your video.
It's true. I mean, that's what we do all day. We watch model airplane videos. This is like our lives. We don't get any work done. We just do this show, and then the whole rest of the time we make model airplane videos.
Research it. We research
the sounds. Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about screws.
Okay,
RTL.
I'm heading out then.
RTL, man.
Oh, that's some good screws there.
These are the best screws in the business.
I swear by them.
And look at this guy right here. He says, RTL, all their products are top notch. Customer service is great. I've abandoned traditional Phillips screws on all my builds. The cheap metal stripping constantly was such a pain to work with. Now that is a 100% true statement. How many screws do you get that you literally can't even get it screwed into what you're trying to screw into before you've stripped it out?
Or rip the head off of it.
Yeah.
Especially the cheap ones that come from Chinese kits.
Yeah.
Well,
it happens.
It's never occurred to me to get all my screws from RTL, but after I wrote this article, I thought, well, maybe I should.
Did you guys see my RTL review I did a few years back?
I remember it, but I can't see it in my mind.
I did a whole bunch. Really tight screws. I don't know.
No, it does have a name. I had it somewhere in here.
I think it's Ralph, Tina, and Larry. They're the ones that started RTL, right?
Is that right?
No, I'm just totally making that up.
Doesn't say it on the package.
Now I'm just cruising the thing here.
It's 3 o'clock, yo.
Okay, it's Pumpkin Chunkin'. That we had talked about this last week, but this is November the 4th and 6th. So you're about to head out that way.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out on Thursday afternoon sometime. Go set up at the Patch, man. See the dude.
Get naked in Judy's bathroom.
I have got naked in that bathroom.
Wow, this has been a pretty racy one. Here comes my son. What's up, Truman?
Box.
Hold on, let me stop broadcasting.
Box. You're on a screen share.
Stop broadcasting.
You're on a screen share. That is actually one of the best showers that I've been in at an outdoor event besides Jonah.
Has it got hot water?
It's got hot water. It's got good pressure.
Hey,
true, man.
There he goes. Did my box show up, man?
No.
You're not going to get it. Face it, brother. Today, it's not going to be till Friday.
All right, y'all. Well, we also lost Bob Hoover this week. And, you know, Bob was 94 and lived a lot longer than almost anyone who flew as boldly as a pilot like he flew. If you don't know who Bob Hoover is, go Google him. I was listening to him tell a story last night about a couple of different things. And just, did y'all watch the video of him telling some stories?
No.
Did not.
It's unbelievable the amount of things this man has gotten into. He was talking about being shot down in Korea and how he saw the guy, he was dodging two airplanes on his tail. And he said when he arced out, he caught a bullet and it blew his motor. And he found out later that the pilot, I think it was Korean pilot, had two guns removed from his plane because he could then go as fast as the other airplanes. And so his trick was to catch them on the outside of an arc and then take the shot.
Sure.
Wow.
That guy had 70 kills.
Dang.
And Bob went into great detail about how he actually got shot down by that guy. But amazingly, we saw him. He was a man sitting at a table, but I didn't realize the huge legend that was in front of us at the time until after he died.
I can't believe I was lucky enough to meet him or see him this year for the first time in my life before he passed away. So I feel good about that, you know?
Well, he knew everybody and did everything, and a huge piece of aviation history.
Hoover maneuver.
with Bob. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
hey, everybody, we have about as many live viewers as we started with, and that's awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. Maybe next week we can have Sean Taylor on from the World Drones. I don't know where he's at, so who knows? Maybe he's en route somewhere. And Maticus, you have a lot of airplanes to fly.
Oh, dude, it's just not funny anymore. I'm actually going to probably take a trip and meet Joe Vermillion halfway
Awesome.
in Toledo at their field out there, because the president of the Toledo field told me I could come anytime. So that's really cool. I think I may get Joe to meet me, and we're going to do some reviews.
Do a live feed out of there.
Yeah, I'm going to also probably meet CJ Corella at some point. CJ was the one that flew that Littlefoot also.
I got you. And then, Jason, we're going to the field tomorrow. What are we flying tomorrow?
I got to fly the Diatone Crusader and the Conspiracy 220 from Blade.
Awesome.
Well, they got some crazy names, don't they?
And I kind of want to bring my DLG just because I haven't flown it in like 2 months or more. And I've got a contest next week, so I'd like to get a few tosses on that. But
I got to resolder a battery, but maybe I'll bring the Giant XL Radian.
Nice.
And I'm also flying a new quad called the Conspiracy. Wait, what's your called?
Mine's the Conspiracy.
Oh, yeah, no, mine's called the Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy 180.
Mine's the Oligarchy.
All right, y'all. This has been the RC Groups podcast. I'm Jim, your host. Right over there is Jason Cole. And then over here is Maticus Gunnicus, Matthew McConaughey. And we're here every week. Hey, tell your friends. Also, I'm not kidding. Hit the subscribe or the like button, because
we
likes
pop
are
out
good.
so much awesome news all the time. It's good to be on the receiving end of all this news before everybody else gets it.
You heard it here first. I'm now stopping the broadcast. Hot trigger!
I don't know.